I am Dipti Avatamani, PGT Chemistry from Kendriya Vidyalaya 1 Bikaner. I have already explained the variation of atomic radius in period and group in previous slide. In this slide, I will explain ionization enthalpy, its definition, factors affecting ionization enthalpy, and how ionization enthalpy vary along a period and in a group. First, we will see what is ionization enthalpy. As the name suggests, ionization means we are forming ion, and that ion is cation. For formation of cation, we have to supply some heat or some energy. So the term enthalpy is used for this process, because enthalpy stands for heat or energy. So ionization enthalpy, in short, we can say it is the amount of energy which is required to remove electron. Now we will see the correct definition, complete definition. Ionization enthalpy is the amount of energy which is required by gaseous atom to remove loosely bound electron. What is loosely bound electron? Which is present in valence shell or outermost shell. किसी गैशियस एटम से आउटरमोस्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन को हमें हटाना है. एट दैट टाइम एंथैल्पी रिक्वायर्ड इज नोन एज आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी. So during while defining ionization enthalpy, three terms are essential. First, electron should be removed from gaseous state. We cannot remove electron from solid or liquid state. जब metal gaseous state में होगा, then only we are able to remove electron. Second, electron is removed from isolated atom. We cannot remove from electron in bonded state. Here we take only M. M in gaseous state means the atom should be isolated, and electron is removed in ground state, and the electron we remove is always valence electron or outermost electron, since it is loosely bound. सबसे बाहर की तरफ जो इलेक्ट्रॉन था उसमें न्यूक्लियर अट्रैक्शन मिनिमम था, so it will easily eject by small amount of energy. So it is ionization enthalpy, which is amount of enthalpy required to remove valence electron or outermost electron, or we can say loosely bound electron from isolated gaseous atom in its ground state, so as to convert it in gaseous cation, is called ionization enthalpy. Since it is enthalpy and we know that enthalpy is denoted by H, so change in enthalpy is given by delta H. Since process is for ionization, it is represented by delta IH, and this process is represented the metal in gaseous state. We will supply enthalpy and it will convert into cation by removal of electron, where M gas and M plus gas represent the gaseous atom and the resultant gaseous cation. Now we see the ionization enthalpy with the help of this figure. This figure is of atom, sodium atom, because in first shell 2 electron are present, in second shell 8 electron, and in third shell 1 electron is present. So it is example of sodium atom. X is here sodium atom, which has 11 number of electron, 281. So as we know that after removal of all electron, sodium can get stable configuration, so it has tendency to remove electron, but this electron is held together by nuclear attraction force. So to overcome this force, we have to supply some enthalpy. This enthalpy is called ionization enthalpy. So X is converted into X plus ion by removal of electron, and the enthalpy given is called ionization enthalpy. Since we always have to supply some energy to remove electron, it is always endothermic process. Ionization enthalpy कभी भी exothermic नहीं होगा. It is always endothermic, means we always have to supply some energy to remove electron. Now we come to unit of ionization enthalpy. Since it is a kind of enthalpy, kind of energy, तो जो एनर्जी की यूनिट होती है वही इसकी यूनिट होगी. दैट इज इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट पर एटम, किलो कैलोरी पर मोल और किलो जूल पर मोल. Ionization enthalpy is sometimes also known as ionization potential. IP word is used for ionization enthalpy. We can also define as ionization potential. It is minimum potential difference required to remove loosely bound electron from isolated gaseous atom. Now we come to successive ionization enthalpy. Successive ionization enthalpy means if gaseous atom lose more than one electron, that can be removed one after another, that is in succession. एक के बाद एक इलेक्ट्रॉन रिमूव किया जाएगा. More than one electron cannot be removed simultaneously. Suppose in the example, a metal, gaseous metal, lose 3 electron and convert into M plus 3 ion. So we cannot directly remove 3 electron and convert it into M plus 3 ion. It occurs in steps. In first step, gaseous metal, by supplying first ionization enthalpy, is converted into M plus ion, unipositive ion, by removal of electron. Now we have to form M plus 3 ion. So this M plus ion in second equation will get second ionization enthalpy and convert into M plus 2 ion by removal of second electron. And third equation, this M plus 2 ion, by getting ionization enthalpy third, converts into M plus 3 ion by removal of third electron. So if we want to remove electron, that is occurs in steps, this is called successive ionization enthalpy. If we compare the value of first ionization enthalpy and second and third ionization enthalpy, then first ionization enthalpy is less than second, and second ionization enthalpy is less than third. Means थर्ड आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी सबसे ज़्यादा है, सेकंड उससे कम है, और फर्स्ट आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी मिनिमम है. एंड द रीज़न इज मेटल एटम, गैशियस मेटल, in case of first ionization enthalpy, electron is removed from neutral atom, so it is easier process, so we have to supply comparatively less energy. But if we want to form dipositive ion, we have to remove electron from M plus ion. To remove electron from M plus ion is comparatively difficult because it is a unipositive ion, and removal of second electron is comparatively difficult because electron is held together by strong attraction force. Now this M plus 2 ion, dipositive ion, converts into tripositive ion. This process becomes much more difficult because electron is removed from dipositive ion, which has already two positive charge extra. So in case of M plus 2 ion, electron is comparatively tightly held than metal atom or unipositive ion. So third step, where dipositive ion converts into tripositive ion, require higher enthalpy. So we can say that always third ionization enthalpy is greater than second, and second is greater than first. Now we come to factors affecting, next topic, factors affecting ionization enthalpy. We know that ionization enthalpy depend on nuclear charge. It also depend on atomic size, and two more effects are there which affect the ionization enthalpy. These are penetration effect and screening effect. Screening effect is also known as shielding effect, and effect of electronic configuration, that is half filled and fulfilled orbitals. First we will see nuclear charge. As we know, as the nuclear charge increases, attraction on outermost electron increases. If attraction increases, means removal become difficult, ionization enthalpy will be high. So in a period, as we see, there is increase in nuclear charge, and there is increase in ionization enthalpy. Means we can say that ionization enthalpy is directly proportional to nuclear charge. न्यूक्लियर अगर आयनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी वैल्यू न्यूक्लियर चार्ज ज़्यादा है तो डेल्टा आई एच वैल्यू भी ज़्यादा होगी. एटॉमिक साइज में अगर हम देखें, वी नो दैट इफ एटॉमिक साइज इंक्रीजेज at that time shall become larger in size, so distance between nucleus and outermost electron increases. So distance between nucleus and valence electron increases, so removal of electron become comparatively easier. So we can say that ionization enthalpy is inversely proportional to atomic size. Means if size is smaller, ionization enthalpy is greater. If size is large, ionization enthalpy is small. So these are the two factors we can say Delta IH is directly proportional to nuclear charge and delta IH is inversely proportional to atomic size. Now we come to third effect, which is penetration effect. Penetration means the electron which is present close to the nucleus. So if we see the SPDF, S orbital is comparatively more close to the nucleus. So penetration of S is greater than P, and P is greater than D, and D is greater than F. If the penetration of electron is more, it will be more close to the nucleus. Suppose 2s and 1 electron is present in 2s and other is present in 2p. Since S is more close to the nucleus, this is penetration. This is called penetration. The electron which is more close to the nucleus has more penetration effect. So 2s or 2p. If electron is present in 2s, its penetration effect is greater. So it is more tightly held by the nucleus. So removal of electron become difficult. Delta IH ionization enthalpy become high. So penetration effect जितना ज़्यादा होगा, ionization enthalpy value उतनी ही ज़्यादा होगी. So we can say ionization enthalpy value is directly proportional to the penetration effect. Now we come to next step, that is shielding or screening effect. The shielding and screening effect is effect in multi electron atoms. ऐसे atoms जिनमें खूब इलेक्ट्रॉन होते हैं, उन केसेस में हम ये शील्डिंग इफेक्ट और स्क्रीनिंग इफेक्ट को ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. सो फर्स्ट वी शुड नो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ शील्ड और स्क्रीन. शील्ड a kind of protection. So we, in the diagram you can see nucleus is surrounded by inner shell as well as outer shell. Because it is a multi electron system, electrons are present in inner shell as well as in outer shell. So the outermost electron feel two type of forces. One is attraction force by the nucleus and other is repulsion force which was given by inner shell electrons. जब outermost मल्टी इलेक्ट्रॉन सिस्टम में जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है उस पर दो फोर्स वर्क कर रहे हैं. न्यूक्लियर का अट्रैक्शन फोर्स है और इनर शेल विल गिव रिपल्सिव फोर्स टू द आउटर शेल. So in multi-electron atoms, the electron in the valence shell experience attractive force from nucleus and repulsive force from the electron in inner shell. Attractive force which is given by nucleus on the valence electron is reduced by the repulsive force exerted by electron present in inner shell. जो हम जितना हम अट्रैक्टिव फोर्स सोचते हैं कि इलेक्ट्रॉन पे होना चाहिए था, उतना अट्रैक्शन नहीं रह पाता बिकॉज द इलेक्ट्रॉन इन इनर शेल विल रिपेल द outermost electron. So valence electron do not feel a complete nuclear charge. The attraction that valence electron is felt by the nucleus is called effective nuclear charge, because it is not complete attraction. The inner shell electron decreases that attraction force, so it is called effective nuclear charge. This is screening effect. If a screen is strong, inner shell की screen strong होगी, at that time nuclear attraction on outermost electron become less, size increases and ionization enthalpy decreases. Means we can say ionization enthalpy is inversely proportional to shielding effect और screening effect. शील्ड अगर स्ट्रॉन्ग है तो बाहर के इलेक्ट्रॉन तक न्यूक्लियर अट्रैक्शन बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं रह पाएगा, क्योंकि ये जो इनर शील्ड है ये आउटर इलेक्ट्रॉन पर न्यूक्लियर अट्रैक्शन को रोक रही है. सो इफ शील्ड इज स्ट्रॉन्ग, न्यूक्लियर अट्रैक्शन बिकम वीक. इफ न्यूक्लियर अट्रैक्शन बिकम वीक, then electron can be removed easily, ionization enthalpy decreases. Last is electronic configuration. We know that if element has stable configuration, that is P3, P6, D5, D10, F7, F14, in a stable configuration it is very difficult to remove electron. Nobody want to disturb its stable state. So if configuration is stable, at that time we have to supply more enthalpy, so ionization enthalpy becomes high. We can say that ionization enthalpy delta IH is directly proportional to the stable configuration. Here are a few examples of a stable configuration. First is beryllium. Beryllium has higher ionization enthalpy than boron, because beryllium has, if in case of beryllium, electron is removed from 2s. In the same way, nitrogen has higher ionization enthalpy than oxygen, because nitrogen is half filled, so removal of electron is difficult. And ionization enthalpy of phosphorus is higher than sulfur. In the same way, noble gases also have higher value of ionization enthalpy. So these are the example by which we can understand if any element has P3, P5, P3, P6, D5, D10, F7, F14 or noble gas configuration, any kind of a stable configuration, do not want to disturb its stability, so at that time we have to supply more enthalpy, so ionization enthalpy becomes high in case of stable configuration. Now we will see variation of ionization enthalpy in a period and in a group. In this slide we will see कि period में ionization enthalpy कैसे vary करती है. In a period we know that there is decrease in size and ionization enthalpy is inversely proportional to size. So when we move in a period, size becomes smaller, so outermost electron is tightly held by the nucleus, so removal of electron become difficult, so ionization enthalpy increases. So in a period there is increase in ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy increase होगी because there is decrease in size. Now we see the exception of ionization enthalpy in period. Period में अगर हम कह रहे हैं कि ionization enthalpy increase हो रही है, तो कहीं ना कहीं इसमें exception आते हैं. If we plot a graph between ionization enthalpy and nuclear charge, what we see that graph is not regular, continuous increase नहीं है. जो हमने कहा left to right means lithium to neon, there should be continuous increase of ionization enthalpy, but practically it is not so. There is some exception. वो exception हमें कहाँ दिखाई दे रहे हैं? First exception is ionization enthalpy of beryllium is greater than boron, and second exception is ionization enthalpy of nitrogen is greater than oxygen. So you have to remember these exceptional case, because generally question is asked about this exceptional case. So we will see different in separate slide. First exception is ionization enthalpy of beryllium is greater than boron. What is the reason? In first left side you can see the configuration of beryllium. It has atomic number 4. Configuration is 1s2 2s2. So you can see 2 electrons are present in 1s and 2 are present in 2s. It possesses completely filled 2s orbital. Boron, which have atomic number 5, have 2 electron in 1s, 2 electron in 2s and 1 electron in 2p. So here orbital is incomplete, so removal of electron from 2s is difficult because 2s is completely filled. The first reason why beryllium has higher ionization enthalpy, because beryllium has fulfilled s orbital. Now second reason, which is main reason, in case of beryllium electron is removed from 2s, while in case of boron electron is removed from 2p. And we know that penetration of 2s is greater than 2p. 2s is more closer to the nucleus, 2p bahar ki taraf hai, so greater attraction is felt by the electron which is present in 2s. So removal of electron in beryllium from 2s becomes difficult, while in boron if it lose one electron it get a stable configuration, so its ionization enthalpy is not so high. Now we see the second exception. Nitrogen has higher ionization enthalpy than oxygen. As we see in factors affecting ionization enthalpy, that stable configuration is directly proportional to the value of ionization enthalpy. So nitrogen has half filled configuration. It has 2 electron in 1s, 2 electron in 2s and 3 electron in 2p. While oxygen has 2 electron in 1s, 2 electron in 2s and 4 electron in 2p. If oxygen will lose one electron, it get a stable configuration. So ionization enthalpy of oxygen is less. एक इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज करने पे इसको स्टेबल कॉन्फ़िगरेशन मिल रहा है, तो ऑक्सीजन इजीली इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज कर जाएगा. बट इन केस ऑफ नाइट्रोजन it has half filled p3 configuration, so its stable state, removal of electron is difficult. So first ionization enthalpy of nitrogen is greater than oxygen. But if we see the second ionization enthalpy, ऑक्सीजन से तीन इलेक्ट्रॉन, हमने एक इलेक्ट्रॉन रिमूव कर दिया, उसके बाद एक और इलेक्ट्रॉन रिमूव करना चाहते हैं, तो सेकेंड आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी ऑफ ऑक्सीजन इज ग्रेटर देन नाइट्रोजन, because for second ionization enthalpy electron is removed from stable configuration. Now we will see the variation of ionization enthalpy in a group. As I already told you, ionization enthalpy is inversely proportional to the size. In a group, size increases, so there is decrease in ionization enthalpy. Lithium से हम cesium तक जा रहे हैं, francium तक जा रहे हैं, ionization enthalpy continuously decrease होती जाएगी. Here is the graph of variation of ionization enthalpy with atomic number. In x-axis atomic number or y-axis ionization enthalpy is taken. What we find that inert gases are present at the peak, means value of inert gases, ionization enthalpy value of inert gases is highest, क्योंकि stable configuration है तो ये इलेक्ट्रॉन रिमूव नहीं करेंगे. Helium has maximum value of ionization enthalpy. And alkali metals are present at the bottom because alkali metals are larger in size, so they can easily remove electron because electron is not tightly held by the nucleus. So in this graph we can say that inert gas has highest ionization enthalpy in a period, and alkali metals has lowest ionization enthalpy in a period. Now we see the application of ionization enthalpy. First, we can determine whether the element show metallic character or non-metallic character by the value of ionization enthalpy. When we move in a period, there is increase in ionization enthalpy. So, removal of electron become difficult. If removal of electron difficult means non-metallic character increases. So, in a period, ionization enthalpy increases and metallic character decreases and non-metallic character increases. Means we can say value of ionization enthalpy is directly proportional to नॉन मेटेलिक कैरेक्टर. अगर डेल्टा आई एच ज़्यादा है तो नॉन मेटेलिक कैरेक्टर होगा, वो इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज नहीं करेगा. वाइल इन ए ग्रुप, सिंस देयर इज इंक्रीज इन साइज, सो आयनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी डिक्रीजेस. इफ आयनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी इज लेस, रिमूवल ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन बिकम ईजी एंड देयर इज इंक्रीज इन मेटेलिक कैरेक्टर. सो left to right in a period, non-metallic character increases, as we see in the periodic table that in right side non-metals are present, while in a group metallic character increases. Now second application is we can also determine whether element is oxidizing in nature or reducing in nature. Suppose A and B react each other and form cation and B form anion. Means A loses electron and form cation. The species which lose electron is called reducing agent, and B gain electron. The species which gain electron is called oxidizing agent. So if element has tendency to lose electron, अगर कोई element easily electron lose कर रहा है, means उसकी ionization enthalpy कम है, तो वो strong reducing agent होगा. But if element has tendency to gain electron, that will be strong oxidizing agent. When we move in a period, oxidizing character increases, and when we move in a group, since there is increase in size, removal of electron become easier, so reducing character increases in a group. Now next application of ionization enthalpy is that we can also determine the stability of oxidation state. Sometimes you find metal can show more than one oxidation state, but which oxidation state is stable, that can be governed by ionization enthalpy. हमने सोडियम के कंपाउंड सुने, NaCl सुना है, but we never heard about NaCl2. Why it is so? Na+2 is why not possible? That can be decided by value of ionization enthalpy. If difference between two successive ionization enthalpy is greater than or equal to 16 volt per atom, then lower oxidation state is stable. Suppose we have sodium atom, we supply first ionization enthalpy, it converts into sodium ion, and again we want to remove electron from sodium ion, which is very difficult because sodium plus has a stable neon configuration. So it is very difficult. The difference between second ionization enthalpy and first ionization enthalpy is 41 electron volt, which is greater than 16 electron volt per atom. So sodium is stable in lower oxidation state, means it remain as Na plus, it will never form Na plus 2 ion, because अगर Na से Na plus से Na plus 2 बनाएंगे, that process is not energetically gainful, इतनी एनर्जी देनी पड़ेगी जिसमें हमारा कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होगा. तो इसीलिए सोडियम विल ओनली लूज 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन. यार इसको हम एक्सप्लेन किस बेस पे किया, because the difference of second and first ionization enthalpy is greater than 16 electron volt per atom. So lower oxidation state means unipositive ion is stable. If difference of two successive ionization enthalpy is less than 11 electron volt, then elements show higher oxidation state. Suppose magnesium, it will lose 1 electron, and magnesium plus 2 again lose 1 electron. If we see the difference of ionization enthalpy of two steps, it is 6.2 electron volt, which is less than 11 electron volt. So magnesium has tendency to form magnesium plus 2 ion. अगर दो स्टेप्स में सक्सेसिव आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी में डिफरेंस आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी का 11 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट से कम है, at that time element will show higher oxidation state. In case of formation of magnesium plus 2 from magnesium, the difference of two successive ionization enthalpy is 6.2, which is much less than 11 electron volt. So it will exist as a dipositive ion. mg plus state की बजाय mg plus 2 state में रहना पसंद करेगा. Next is last application is reactivity. By the value of ionization enthalpy, we can also tell the whether element is reactive in nature or less reactive. If value of ionization enthalpy is low, then metal is reactive. That element is reactive. जैसे हम alkali metals के लिए देखते हैं, alkali metals has very low ionization enthalpy, so they are highly reactive in nature. alkali metal का highly reactive nature क्यों है? Because their ionization enthalpy is low. So on the basis of ionization enthalpy, we can also tell the reactivity of element. So lithium to cesium, in a group when we move from lithium to cesium, there is increase in reactivity because ionization enthalpy decreases. In the same in second group, when we move from beryllium to barium, there is decrease in ionization enthalpy, which results in increase in reactivity. But this logic applied only on the metals. For non-metals, we cannot explain the reactivity of non-metal by ionization enthalpy. Reactivity of non-metal is decided by electronegativity. जिस नॉन मेटल की इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी जितनी ज़्यादा है, वो नॉन मेटल उतना ही रिएक्टिव होगा. So this concept is only applicable for metals. Now this ionization enthalpy is complete. Thank you. Thanks to Harshit and Suvan for making this slide.